just started to click. It was just started to cut in my head, and I was just started thinking. I was like, wait, you know what? I need to get a story on this Moses character. I need to pull his story to life, and I need to be able to bring it to a point where I can use what I love to do and the music that I like listening to. I want to bring it more to that fashion so that others can really feel it the way I feel it, you know. So that's the reason why I wrote this song. So,
all right.
You run this track. I'm gonna go ahead and run this real quick, and I want y'all to hear me run this over this track. Yeah, turn up a little bit. There we go. Turn up a little bit. All right. Here we go. Check it out. Let me tell y'all folks about a man named Moses, the one man who was golden. Thanks to the Father, he told him that he was to lead people out of slavery, out of misery, into a certain land that was chosen. Now Moses was a man that was Hebrew, going up to Egypt, but cut off all the people. And even though God used him, he still had to understand himself the same thing that we do. He couldn't believe that he was talking to the God of Abraham, but that he was the only man that he devoted to a people from many different tribes that had been divided in the promised land. The Lord told him everything he needed to know. Something on his way, like the Egypt running off to the bad boys. They're the same God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, standing out the time and letting people go. So Moses is bold enough, showing up in the presence of the Pharaoh, but holding up the powers of the Father and the staff in his right hand, and guaranteed that he was showing up by the powers of God to make it possible. People perform miracles in front of all Egypt to make the Pharaoh change his mind, because now was the time by design that he got to let go of God's people. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna keep the second part again real quick. Like I said, I wrote this to a whole other track. I have recorded this, so this is what I got to work with for right now. But I'm gonna wait right here. I got to say for real. So Moses goes back to the Pharaoh, asking permission for the people to get ready to leave. But he didn't proceed with the orders given by the Lord. They were stricken with a terrible disease. But the Pharaoh couldn't see somebody giving orders to a king. No, he wasn't going for it. And he sure wasn't about to let nobody come up in Egypt saying something about some God saying let the slaves go. But the Pharaoh didn't know that the God that was in this man with the Moses 100%. And you would see massive waves and many different plagues to inflict all the Egyptians that living within. But the worst of them all was the Passover. Had a mass killing them all. Like the firstborn of Egypt. The Pharaoh had to see it with his own eyes. When his son died, he said to Moses, take these people. So Moses led them out of Egypt to the rim of the Red Sea away. The most miraculous event when he stretched his hand over the waters, divided in two by the forces of a strong east wind. And he walked every single Israelite on to the other side where the Pharaoh's army was over. Many of his soldiers and horses. Moses gave the order for the waters to go on them. The people was amazed. They couldn't believe that what just happened. They couldn't believe that they were feeling no longer captive. Moses was the man that the world was from the beginning to the limit from out the box. Here's the story that I did mention, but at least for you to go to the book, it's like you pay attention to that book. This was a man just like any one of us. Though he was the perfect Lord, chosen to deliver us. You heard me?
Took the Bible, all verses, and like made them go real fast. That's bad. Y'all understand? That's bad. Yeah. And I want to commend him though too for slowing it down for people who are not used to listening to that type of music. Because sometimes we get lost. Like, what's that boy saying? But he did it, and so we thank you, Brother Be Easy.
Oh, if you recall the story in the book of Luke, when these two guys was on their road to Emmaus, and somebody just so happened to walk alongside them and was asking them, hey, what's wrong? What you crying for? What's the matter? And them two guys looked at the individual walking alongside him, asking them questions, and they looked at him like, dude, you're the only one that's not from around here? We just lost our master. We just lost our righteous teacher, you know? And sure enough, the guy who was asking them questions, they didn't know that was Christ talking to them. Christ walked right alongside them on their way to Emmaus. And they had no clue that that was Christ. He didn't already spoke to individuals while they was on their way. You know, so like I say, sometimes my appearances may be a little different. You know, you might see me one way, you might see me a different way, but I am still the same person. And when it says about seed time and harvest, that ain't just plants. That ain't just planting food. It's seed time and harvest. That means as long as there is the ability to procreate, as long as there is an ability to procreate, as long as it's still ongoing, The world ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. Now, unless you see a dramatic, miraculous shutdown or decline in that, that's when you know it's coming to an end. That's when you know things coming to an end. When you hear around the world of just children not being born around the world, like, you know what I'm saying, like there's just a mass epidemic of children not being born, you know, because of, I don't know, famine or disease or something that happened, you know, in this world that caused now children can't be born no more. Plants can't grow no more, you know. Things can't procreate no more, you know. That's when the world will come to an end. That's when we know, that's when, that'll give us telltale signs. That alone will give us telltale signs that things is going to definitely come. Things never change with me. What I say now is how I'm going to say, whether I'm dressed in my construction outfit, whether I'm dressed in a suit and tie, or just got my hat turned backwards, you feel me? Or just wearing my bandanas. I'm still going to say the same thing. My heart's still going to be in line with the same person. So, you know, with the, you know what I'm saying? But my heart's still going to be in line with the same Father in heaven. So, you know, ain't nothing going to change about me. There's nothing that I see right now that I'm going to change about myself, you know, other than the fact that I wish I could be more successful right now, but that can come in time. All of that will come in time, you know, because I lost a lot, so I expect to gain a lot. As long as I keep doing work for my Father and just do work for Him, I'm going to get all that I requested. One thing I just want to do real quick, I want to let folks know where I'm at. Where I'm at is one of God's greatest creations, you know, water. This is where everybody get their peace of mind. If you ever want to get away from a lot of stress, if you ever want to get away from a lot of things that distract you, or you want to get away from things that kind of like, you know, pull at you, because life is all about challenges, man, and how you deal with it, you know. I mean, because you got to face them at some point in time, but it depends on how you deal with it. And one of the ways I deal with it is to come out here, you know. And this is the Pacific. This is one of the largest oceans on the planet right now. This is called Land's End, part of San Francisco. This is where the land meets the water, and you can see water for the vastness of as far as your eyes can see, you know. But this is why I pray. This is why I get my thoughts together, and this is why I talk to my Father, you know. And when I say praying, I want to get this understood too with people. When I say prayer, that means actually conversate. I'm just having a conversation with God. It's just me talking to Him. It's just me coming to Him, and this is Him right here. This is all Him. All you see right now is Him. So when you come out here, when you talk, when you speak to Him, when you pray, all you do is having a conversation with Him. And this is what I tell Him. I say, Father, I want to thank You for just allowing me to be here just to see this one more time, because I already know everything that I ask for. I know You always hear me. You always hear me because You always bring me back to the place where I know I'm being heard, because this is You, and I've always got my answers from right here, because I know this is You. You know, I'm so thankful to see that I've been here for yet another year, for me to see what I'm looking at right now. You know, and I feel so bad that they got those who never made it to see this far. So I'm real thankful to see every year that passes from here on out. I want to thank You for my children. I want to thank You for just allowing me to be here for another Father's Day, you know, and for me to get the song that I got, that I heard from my children. You know, my daughter sounds so nice, man. She sung a pretty song to me. And I got You to thank for it, you know. I got You to thank for it, you dig? And I just want You to continue to be in my life, to guide me to things that I'm going through. I mean, because only You know what I'm going through. It's only You. It ain't nothing that I'm doing personally. It's all what You've been able for me to do in order to do for You, you know. And I'm forever grateful. You know, I hope nothing changes about me, because only You designed me and made me the way I am. You know, it was none of my doing. I just had to live life for me to see everything that You've shown me, for me to be who I am, and I'm truly grateful. And for everything that's going on right now, I just ask that You continue to guide me, strengthen me, just provide me the necessities to lead the way. And I'm more than glad to do it for You. You know, I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it. You know, I'm able to take up whatever You got laid out for me to do. I'm ready for it. I just want to let You know I'm ready for it. I'm more than ready for it. So if anything happens to me from here on out, I know that You protect me. I know that You